Good morning, my name's Mark, I'm an entrepreneur and property investor, and today in this video we're going to go up to Northamptonshire, have a look at one of my HMOs that's just completed. I'm going to talk you through all the figures, show you all the refurb work. So if you like property investing, please subscribe to my channel. I'm going to do lots more content, and please give this video a like and give it a share. And if you want to know anything else, drop me a comment, but let's go, let's get on the road. So we have arrived in Northampton, and this is the house. So from the street, you can see it's a pretty normal terrace street. And we'll go in and have a quick look. I can't wait to show you around. This is my second time here. Let's go and have a look. So that's the end of the tour, and hopefully that was useful for you. To give you an idea of some of the figures, and I always like to talk about figures because at the end of the day, as property investors, that's what matters at the end of it. So we've got 4 lettable rooms here. As I said, this is a 4-bedroom mini HMO. We've got 2 large rooms, the downstairs room and the room that faces the street upstairs. Those will go for around £450 per calendar month each. The 2 smaller rooms will go from between £400 and £425 per calendar month. So if we use the conservative value of £400 for the small ones, that'll bring us to a total of about £1,700 a month. Now, I've got very similar properties to this let out at the moment in a similar area, so I have a good idea of the running costs. On this property, the running costs, including mortgage, including management charge, all that sort of stuff, will be somewhere in the region of £700 a month. So it's going to be about £1,000 a month of profit on this. The other thing to sort of think about is the capital side. So if I flip the camera around, what I'll do is I'll tell you a little bit about where we spent the money and what we spent on. So obviously the kitchen is where we've spent a bit of money. So this looks, I mean, I haven't got any before pictures, unfortunately, but when we bought this property, it didn't have a kitchen. It was an absolute wreck. There was damp everywhere in here. It was a horrible room. And now it's got a stunning new kitchen in there, dishwasher, modern appliances, all that sort of stuff. And although it looks very, very nice, including fitting, it only came in around £3,000, including the tiling. So whilst nice, not particularly expensive. The other thing to bear in mind is we have new flooring throughout, which looks absolutely stunning. And I'm sure that you'll agree that just by putting in the new flooring, it really lifts the property. Now that, again, very, very cheap. Only came in about £1,800 for the whole house. And it really does make the house look so much nicer. Bedroom furniture, about £1,000 per room is a good budget inside. That's roughly what we spend. Especially, it's slightly less, but then you have things like the TV on the wall, you have an extra fridge freezer, all those sort of things that just make living in a shared house a little bit easier and means that we cut down on people moving around. So I'm now back home and I wanted to go through the figures with you as promised. And I'm going to go through it in quite a lot of detail, but I'm going to explain every single line and every single point. So we purchased this property in April, in the height of lockdown. Although it didn't complete all the way through to October, solicitors were very slow, lenders were very slow. But we agreed the price back then, and we agreed at a big discount. So it was on the market, I think, for 150,000. Their previous offer pulled out, who had offered 140,000, and we snapped it up for 126 after a bit of to and froing. The property was completely uninhabitable. So it had no kitchen, no bathroom, damp issues, which meant we couldn't get a mortgage. We ended up using bridging finance, but it also meant that we didn't have to pay stamp duty. When a property is uninhabitable, there's a relief called non-domestic property relief, and that took the stamp duty down to 0. So what you'll see on this is that we don't have stamp duty in our fees, but we do have a big finance cost because we use bridging finance. So where we put the mortgage up here, this really is a bridging finance loan. So our purchase was made up of 126,000, which was the price, of which 94,500 was a bridging finance and 31,500 was cash from us. We then paid the £6,000 in cash for the legal and finance fees and the renovation of £14,000 in cash. So at this point, at the point where the property's finished, we are £51,500 in and it's cost us £146,000. So what I'm going to do, I'm just skip forward a little bit because we take this 146 and we then get a new value from a valuer. So we go for a remortgage. So we get a remortgage, we go in with what we estimate the property to be valued, which was 180,000. The valuer agreed a value of 175,000, which I still think is a little bit pessimistic, but hey, it's COVID, right? And there's nothing we can do about that. So we've got 175,000 as our new value, and we're able to pull out 75% of that. So what we do is we take the cost and the amount of money that we've paid, the amount of mortgage that's outstanding, and we minus those two off, and then that will leave our money returned to us, which is 36,750. Now the reason when I analyse this deal, and I look at what profit I made, from the 146 before we put the furniture in to the 175, is that the furniture didn't affect the value. The furniture was a cost on my ROI, which is my ongoing return on investment, my cash on cash ongoing, and we'll come to that in a minute. But that is included in our 56,000 and the amount of money that we have left in this deal. So the money we have left in the deal is 19,750, which would equal those two, equaling the 56.5. The rental profit on this property would be 12,000 a year. It's about £1,000 a month. You saw the two big rooms; they would go for about £450 each. We might get 475 for the very large one on the top floor. We then have the two smaller rooms, which will go anywhere from 400 to 425, and I would give a conservative estimate of £1,700 a month. The bills, mortgages, voids, all that sort of stuff, management charge, will come to about £700 a month, which will leave us with a rental profit of about £1,000 a month. So when we run this through an ROI calculation, we take our per annum rental profit and we divide it by our money left in the deal, and then we times that by 100, we equal our ROI, which on this deal is 61%. So we basically made a £30,000 profit, or £29,000 profit, and a 61% investment on our 19,750 that's left in. This is a really, really good deal. All my deals don't look this good. But we bought this at the height of pessimism in the market, and it just shows what can happen when you put things together at the right time. So I hope this video has been informative. I hope you've enjoyed it. I've enjoyed making it. So I look forward to doing more of these. I'm going to do one every week. So please subscribe, and I will see you next week.